BenDeLaCreme. Look at yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Look at Her, the Hey Qween After Show, where our superstar guest looks at some of the queens she's played with, slayed with, or even laid with, and she'll spill a little tea. Full of rumors. Or if she has to, she'll throw a little shade. Or she'll just tell us something that we don't know. Our super celebrity guest today is the one and only BenDeLaCreme. Hello, sweetie.
Hello there, you.
You survived the main show and you did it gorgeously.
I had a very good time.
Yes. And Lady Red, how are you doing over there, Gorge?
I'm okay. You know, we're gonna talk to production about these chickens. Look, they just as big as my fingernail.
That's true. Please make a note that Miss Couture needs chicken that must be bigger than a fingernail.
Genetically engineered stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we have our little ween shaker over here. It's Mr. Gerg is the word. Wow. Yeah, look at that. He's shaking it. You can see all of his inappropriate areas on his OnlyFans, where he makes love to all sorts of other hoes, right? Yeah, okay. Hop yourself away, you little bunny. All right, well, Ben, you know how to play this game, don't you?
I do.
We're going to look.
Yes.
And you're going to spill.
Yeah.
Oh, please get Lady Red giving me a looking. Yes. All right, well, let's just jump into this, sweetie.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
I've been waiting to get you on this sparkle couch. This is the season 7 premiere of Look at Her, everyone. Is that not impressive? Yes, can't forget that. And no better lady to do it with.
I'm honored.
All right, well, let us begin. Look at her.
There she is.
Oh, there she is. Jinx Monsoon.
Dink Monsoon. Yes. Jinx is amazing. I mean, what a powerhouse. She really is. As a performer, she just continuously blows my mind. And the first time I met Jinx was she went to school in Seattle. And she had just graduated from her theater school. And she and Major Scales, I just sort of heard rumblings about her, about town. And I don't quite know what it was that made me feel like, oh, okay, I have to go see this performance. It was her and Major Scales doing what is now their hit show, The Vaudevillians, which had countless extensions in New York. They were doing The Vaudevillians at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at a Starbucks for free.
Wow.
And I walked in and it was a bunch of Starbucks chairs had all been sort of pushed into a little circle, and there was just a keyboard and Jinx back then she would, bless her heart, she would wear these dresses, and she'll openly talk about it, so I'm not spilling too much tea, but she would wear these dresses that just did not fit her at all, with a matching bra above them. So the dress was down here, and the bra was up here.
Wow.
And she just thought it was a trick nobody would catch on. It was all just one on top. Anyway, but this show just blew my mind, and they were so talented with so little. I mean, just daylight streaming in the windows and their little keyboard. And I just immediately said to myself, I have to cast Jinx in my next production, and Major. Jinx and Major both just powerhouses. I have to cast them in my next production, because if I don't, we will be bitter enemies. I was just because nobody else was really doing that type of theater drag in town. And so immediately I, cast them in my holiday production that I was a part of for years. What
did you have them play?
They were Dickensian waifs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was Jinx jokes about this all the time. She was yeah, Ben finally put me in one of her shows and she made me wear soot. And then we just did more and more work together, and then she went on Drag Race, and then it's now.
Right.
Then it was now.
What was one of your favorite moments on this last Christmas show that you guys had together, either on stage or backstage?
So there was there's a lot of songs with like very elaborate lyrics in the show. And there's one song that is absolutely the dumbest, simplest song in the entire show, and it was mine. And I'd written a parody of Havana that was like, "Oh Santa fa la la." It's so stupid. And there's a line about on Donner Dasher Dancer, and I, for the first like 6 shows, could not stop saying Dosher.
Oh.
And so when I said Dosher, she was backing me up, right? She's doing all the woo shit that I can't do. And so she would just say into the microphone, she'd just stop and go, Dosher? And every time she did, I forgot every lyric to the rest of the song. And I just sort of like scooted around with my maracas and did nothing. And it just became this ongoing thing. And I was like, don't you dare Dosher me tonight. And then she would.
I love it. All right, look at her.
Oh, Tracy.
Tracy Martel, the winner of All Stars 3, though some might say, thanks to the fact that you eliminated yourself. What's something about Trixie that we don't know? Because you guys have interacted quite a bit. You had all of All Stars.
Yeah, Trixie and I made really good friends on the set of All Stars. You know, we'd known each other from Provincetown. Again, we both do shows there in the summers. So we'd hung out a little bit. But, you know, really, also, Drag Race is so disconcerting that it was like the moment I walked into that room, the two of us just kind of was like, oh, thank God I have a friend here, you know, and somebody who I've seen recently, because we're all friends, but we don't interact, as, you know, we'd just been hanging out. So...
Did you tell each other you were going on the show? Or did you?
She didn't know if I was because I hadn't decided.
Oh, okay.
I talked to her about it a ton in advance because she knew she was doing it, and I was trying to figure out whether I would. And so we just, I mean, she's so sweet. Trixie loves to talk on the phone.
Oh, really?
She is far too young to even know what that means. But she calls me all the time. Like, instead of texting, she'll actually just pick up the phone and have a phone conversation, and it's delightful because I forget that brick even does that. But yeah, no, she's really just so incredibly down to earth and very. She's got this kind of calm confidence where she's just. It's like the opposite of me because I'm constantly like, what's happening next? What are we doing? And she's, you know, she's somebody who really what you see is what you get. And she also has this, you know, but she's also a very private person. And I think that comes, you know, she's not shy about saying she's not really into meet and greets. She's not really into hugs. She's a drag queen because she wants to be a performer. She loves what she does.
Right.
But she's really just like sweet and kind and thoughtful and smart. Oh my God. And the best businesswoman, arguably, I am tongue-tied today.
I love
it. Thank you. I love it too. Yeah, arguably the best business person to come out of the show. I mean, just so savvy.
I mean, definitely slaying the game.
Yeah.
To just a tour all by herself.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a major profit margin.
Well, right, and but just, I mean, before, the way she clawed herself out of the obscurity of her season. I mean, she really could have just been completely lost after that, and she just made it happen because she knows what she wants, and she just works hard. She's a hard worker.
Yeah. All right. Look at her. Oh, you're like, who is she?
Who is
it's
that?
Miss Morgan McMichaels.
Oh, Miss Morgan McMichaels.
It's giving a very frosty look.
Yes.
You eliminate her, you brought her back.
Yes.
Any thoughts on Miss Michaels?
I adore her. She is just one of the like realist, like, you know, I mean, she says it herself all the time. She's like, she's the one, she's gonna like cut a bitch for you. Like if you're on her wrong side, she's like gonna let you have it. But if you're on her team or whatever, like, and it's really true. I mean, she's somebody who at first we really butted heads because we didn't, you know, we like didn't really understand each other.
Was that the first time you met her? Was on set?
No, we'd met a bunch of times, and she'd always been super sweet. Like we'd always interacted.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Yeah.
Before you cross her.
Right. But you know, again, she was clearly on that first episode, kind of like figuring out how she wanted to play the game, and it was very different from our interactions outside of there. You know,
Right.
So. And then when you see us apologize on that episode where she came back and us kind of make up, that was very genuine. I mean, she really did come in and like let me have it, and I kind of shut down, and like I was saying, I was like totally tearful off camera. And she really was, and she really very genuinely was like, hey, I'm sorry, I realize that isn't a way that you can communicate, or like that's not the right way to approach you.
Right.
And it was so genuine and so, and when I brought her back, it really seemed like an opportunity. I mean, again, let's get real about deconstructing this thing. It's like the show is the best performance reel in the business. And one person got less camera time, and she deserves it. She's a fierce queen,
Yes.
I didn't want to deal with her antics, but I wanted people to see what she does.
Totally.
So of course I brought her back.
I love it. She is great.
She's awesome.
I mean, God bless her. Look at her! For part 2 of Look at Her, click here. For more incredible episodes of Look at Her, click down here. And don't forget to subscribe!